Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And the number to reach us this hour, 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. We have a lot to talk about, but boy, what a national college football game. Indiana and Miami. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Never. Indiana wins its first national championship, beating powerhouse Miami. Indiana completing a perfect season, Cinderella season, and President Trump was at the game. The crowd gave the president a warm welcome, and that doesn't surprise me at all because today marks 1 year of the president's second term. And this man is doing an outstanding job on behalf of the American people. 800-848-9222. Don Lemon. Something's wrong with this guy. And it's reckless what he did. You do not work for an accredited news organization. What are you doing in Minneapolis? You're trying to insert yourself into a highly volatile situation. And with those nut protesters, you went inside the church. That is a federal crime, Don Lemon. And now he's claiming the race card. He's claiming this. He's claiming that. He's claiming because he's being attacked and under scrutiny because he's a black gay man. A man. You knew he was going to play the black card, the race card, and now he's playing the gay card. Well, now Don Lemon is blasting the Minnesota churchgoers, harassed by these anti-ICE protesters for what he's calling their entitlement. Folks, no one has ever been more entitled than Don Lemon. He is the definition of a dumb talking head on TV. When you say dumb, stupid talking head, there should be a picture of Don Lemon. So he says that he's under attack because of white supremacy as well. And so you can't make this stuff up. So I'm going to start with your telephone calls in just a moment. But I want you to listen to first, okay? I want you to hear Don Lemon in his own words. The first clip, he's in his car. Now, of course, he goes to Minneapolis with security, right? He's supposed to be a man of the people, but he's got security at his side. And this is what he said as soon as he got in his car after the church service situation.
You heard what some of the folks said in there, that this is, they shouldn't be there and, they shouldn't be uncomfortable and this is our house and whatever. That's what protesting is about, is to make people uncomfortable. You may not like it.
Stupid. It's a federal crime to do what you did. Crazy Don Lemon continuing.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. Look, there's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt. It's to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people uncomfortably.
So that's Don Lemon. Now, on his own video, Stupid, you see him thanking the lead agitator, this maniac that was screaming in the faces of innocent people. Now, I want you to listen to this entire clip. And this is the guy that Don Lemon thanked. So listen to this, folks. Listen to how he tried to light a match on a can of gasoline inside. I'm speaking in terms of not actually that's what happened, but in effect, that's what this clown was doing. And Don Lemon basically signed off on all of this. Take a listen.
People who are wearing the uniform now, you think they're patriots?
I don't think so, especially those ICE agents.
That's what I'm talking
no.
about. Yeah. Well,
No, they're terrorists. They're traitors.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it.
Today we had the honor to protest with Nikema Armstrong and the Racial Justice Network. Just like Jesus did, we went into that church and we flipped tables peacefully.
Shame on you.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities?
I'm not going to comment.
You have no comment, exactly. As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity?
So the Justice Department is all over it. And if you heard at the top of the clip, Don Lemon said to that man, if you heard carefully, he said, quote, "Thank you for your service." 800-848-9222. Line 1, Teddy in Yonkers. Teddy, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. That behavior is outrageous. I agree with you 100%. But I also want to talk about Trump primarying Dr. Cassidy, the Republican senator from Louisiana. And the editorials that I'm reading by Peggy Noonan and listening to
Wait, Teddy, you always quote Peggy Noonan to me.
I
Why?
like her. She's a top journalist.
Okay, that's what you say.
Yeah,
she had her day.
Thousands of people say.
Okay, Teddy, but Teddy, I like you. But how I got to know you was you calling up, quoting her because she's telling you what you want to hear. Why? Okay, so Teddy, Teddy, tell me the quotes of someone else, anyone else.
George Will.
Okay, and what does George say about this case?
About what?
Right, that's what I thought.
What are you talking about? This case, right. I'm talking about the behavior of Trump. That if you
Teddy, I love Teddy. I love you, Teddy, I love you. But listen to what you did. Yes, it's horrible what happened in Minnesota. Pivot. Now let me get to my daily attack on Trump. That's literally what you just did.
But that's true, though. You see, that's the difference between you and me. I go both ways. You go one way. Yes, you do. All all my students listen to me, and they tell me. They hear you. They don't call you, but they hear you, and they say it's all 100% one way. And here's another fact.
Teddy, did it ever occur to you? Did it ever occur to you that while you taught math, that you brainwashed those kids? You're talking about primarily Black and Latino students, and you deserve credit for educating them. But did it ever occur to you, Teddy, that they're just as naive as you are politically, and that they're coming from the far left?
Dominic, there are two sets of numbers in the mathematical system, rational and irrational. And that applies to people. Rational people and irrational people.
Okay, so Teddy,
is an irrational one. You hear me, Sherman? You hear me, Sherman? I'll call it like it is, Sherman. Okay? You're just full of hot air, Sherman. Okay? You're full of hot air. You come across as some intellectual, okay? You're nothing, Sherman. You hear me?
Teddy, you got it all out? You got it all out?
No, one last thing. Last thing.
All right, go ahead, Teddy.
I just read today that he's pardoned people who have committed fraud, stealing millions. He pardoned people, and yet he's talking about fraud in Minnesota.
Okay. So wait, Teddy. So Teddy. So are you saying the fraud in Minnesota should continue?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so now, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Let's look at this logically. Did the president in these pardons do anything that's illegal, or is it the president's at his discretion?
But just a minute. But wait a minute. They were convicted of stealing millions, and he pardoned them.
Okay.
So why is he pardoning people who stole millions?
Maybe because of redemption. Maybe because there's something in the Justice Department files that we'll never know about publicly, in which they're backing this. I don't know, but what I can tell you,
Dominic, that's what you always do. It's like with Putin. Oh, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Teddy, wait, I want to ask you this, Teddy. Teddy, please. Teddy, I want to ask you this.
He stinks from hell to high water.
Okay, Teddy.
You hear me, Norm?
Teddy. Do you think any president is going to come out and tell us everything that's going on in a situation?
No.
So in the situation with Putin and Ukraine, you think President Trump is going to tell us everything?
He's a wimp. Trump is a wimp because he kisses Putin's suckers. He's a bunch of...
Is there anything that you like about the president, Teddy? Is there anything that you like about the president? Because I don't think so.
I agree with his niece and her book.
Of course
that she
you
wrote
do.
About
of course
him.
you do. You're confirming exactly what I think, Teddy. But Teddy,
sure do.
Teddy. Teddy. So if you hate him so much,
Gracie, Sherman, no.
What did Gracie do? Matt Blaze, will you help me, please? What did Gracie do?
She's part of it, man. She's irrational. It's like an irrational number, okay? Norm, hey, Norm, look up what an irrational number is, okay, Norm? And you could apply it to irrational thinkers, okay? Like yourself. And Sherman, too.
I'm a rational thinker, Dominic. You're an irrational thinker. You don't know the square root of 23, Dominic. This is Trump. Trump doesn't know. He doesn't know, but I know, and my students know. Okay, Dominic, you got that? Gracie, you got that? Norm, you got that? Robert from Philadelphia.
Teddy's
and Sherman, too.
And Sherman, too. Teddy, thank you for the call. Thank you, Matt Blaze. We got to take a break. I am coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back, returning to your telephone calls. Let's go to line 4, Robert in Hudson Valley. Robert, good morning. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. With respect, I think you gave Teddy way too much airtime. It's just the babbling of an idiot, and I've turned my radio off.
Well, that's your prerogative. One could say I'm giving you too much airtime right now. Right?
I bet
it's a subjective process, right?
I bet
there's a method. Listen. Because you don't like someone, what they have to say, that you feel there should be less of them, that's your choice. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. Turn off the radio. You don't have to listen. There's no skin off my apple. If you think you're punishing me, because you're not. I have a method in the way I talk to people. And sometimes I give people plenty of rope to hang themselves. And that's what I did with Teddy, giving Teddy airtime so that you, the audience, could hear the clear Trump derangement syndrome. So I've been on the phone for now 1.5 minutes with you. You haven't said anything except for bashing Teddy and me. So what's the point you want to make? Do you have anything constructive you want to say, Robert?
I'm not bashing you.
Okay, well, do you have anything constructive? Let's get to the point. In other words, you're just wasting my time. That's what you're doing. You're calling up to complain, right?
I'm just stating.
Okay, so do you have anything to add to the conversation? We know you feel that Teddy got too much time. Do you have anything constructive to add to the conversation?
Not at the moment.
That's what I thought. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Judith, line 5. You see, folks, that's an idiot. Oh, you gave Teddy too much airtime, and I turned off my... Turn off your radio. What, I'm supposed to go, oh, please don't do that. Judith, line 5, what's on your mind?
Well, first of all, Teddy's very entertaining, okay? He's very entertaining. But, Teddy, I want to tell you something, Teddy. So let's see now. Sherman is the crazy one, and Norm is a crazy one, and you can put me in the mix as a crazy one because I'm a real Trump supporter, and Dominic also crazy because he's a Trump supporter, and who else? A bunch of others, but you're the normal one, right, Teddy? You're the normal one. You know what the crazy guy says? Everybody else is crazy. He's normal.
Right.
And talk about Teddy, you've got to calm down, take your meds, whatever. But you know, Teddy, Dominic, listen. Teddy, I'm going to now sound as irrational as you. Listen carefully. I loved mathematics. I loved algebra. I loved geometry. I even tutored my stupid classmates geometry because they were so dumb, but I loved geometry. And then, Teddy, I am blaming you for trigonometry. What in the world? I hated trigonometry, and it's your fault. Your fault. Okay? Not Trump's fault. Yours, Teddy. How's that? Do I sound rational now? What are you laughing about, Dominic?
No, I'm laughing at Teddy. I'm laughing at the call after him. People sometimes, Judith, they just kill me. You know, you gave Teddy too much time. I feel the need to call you and tell you that, and I turned off my radio. Oh, I'm so offended. Hey, Judith, thank you. I'm glad you're back to laughing and having fun. Thank you for the wonderful call. I see Sherman is in the queue. Steve in Elmont is in the queue. Sal in Brooklyn. Lance in New Jersey. We're going to take a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. So Matt Blaze, I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, and we're about to go back to the telephone calls. Tatiana Rose says Teddy has to include all the listeners in his diatribe. Gracie, Norman, Crazy 107 says, please don't ever stop giving Teddy airtime. He is a total highlight of the show. Tatiana goes on to say, Matt Blaze, I blame Teddy for all the horrible years of math, too. I award Matt the Teddy Award. And then Juliana down under says she wants to call, but she can never get through. And that's from Australia, so we got to make sure she can get through one day. Juliana, I hope it's not too hot. She says, Matt Blaze, that she hopes that we're watching the Australian Open. No, I'm watching your lake to see those huge crocodiles.
Yeah.
So Matt Blaze, at least we can say Teddy's back.
Teddy is back.
Dominic, how much rope do I need, Dominic? If I got 12 feet of rope, Dominic, but I only need 3 feet to hang myself, how much rope do I have left? Okay? You got that, Gracie? You got that, Robert? You got that, Sherman? You got that, Judith? I'll give you math problems, Judith.
So who was this guy that called after him? Robert from, I don't like him, and I'm not going to listen.
Robert had nothing to add to the conversation except to complain about Teddy. Here you are calling the biggest radio station in the country to call about a caller that you don't like instead of actually talking about the topic at hand, adding some kind of insight, adding something to the conversation just to go, I think you gave this guy too much airtime. He had too much airtime. Robert, you have anything to say? No.
So Matt Blaze, can I call one of our listeners a nerd, or I shouldn't do that?
You can. I mean,
because he's a nerd. Robert in Hudson Valley, you said?
Yeah.
I don't like Teddy. You gave Teddy too much airtime.
And I turned off my radio. No, you didn't. You were on hold. You heard the show. What are you talking about? You didn't turn off the radio. Please.
Oh, so how are you, Matt Blaze, before I go to Sherman? Are you doing well?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you look good, man.
I have a little headache now.
When I do this, it gives me a headache. I give myself a headache. You understand that, Dominic?
And my students, they say you're wrong.
My students tell me they listen, Dominic. They don't call, but they listen. And they say, you're wrong, Dominic. You're wrong.
He hates Trump. Woo. Let's go to Sherman, line 4. Sherman, your ears must have started ringing once Teddy went off on you and others.
Yeah, again, your show, your coverage on Dom Lemon is fantastic. I'm always attempting to listen, and I usually do, to this outstanding outfit, probably one of the best news programs in the country, if not the best.
Well, thank you.
And your whole crew, you're doing such an amazing job giving us this information that these phony news programs will not air, because they're on the side of Dom Lemon, because they're a bunch of phonies. It's fake news. They're communists. They're double agents. They are these hateful liberals that ultimately hate themselves. They hate their country. They're not grateful for the opportunity that they have to make the kind of money they have. And the little thing that we ask for them to do is be objective and give us the truth. And they can't even do that. And that includes Don Lemon. And I'm always listening and respecting the rules here, because, yes, I was going to come right on and give it to Teddy. But since I'm respecting Matt Blaze and I'm respecting you and your show, and I don't want to be like the other caller and call in and immediately go right towards Teddy. But eventually, within a moment or two, I will get to that. Don Lemon is really a piece of work. He is such a punk, in my opinion, meaning that he picks his battles. It is so disrespectful and sacrilegious and just against any common moral sense to go into a church and force your way in and get up into a priest's face and want to debate and argue with him while he's literally doing a service. Dom Lemon, in the old days, Dom Lemon would have got his ASS beat up. There'd have been people in that church.
You know what, Sherman? One, it's a pastor. They were even criticizing the pastor because the man had on a nice suit. There were some people that put on my Twitter, they know what churches to go into, because had they done that in a black church, it would not have ended this way.
That's right. I was getting ready to say that. And so again, people like Dom, they know who to pick. He would never go into a black church and do that. He would never go into a Somali mosque and do that. You see?
You better not.
If a Somali mosque, right? If a Somali mosque, especially if he's gay, oh my God, that's double jeopardy. See, so Dom Lemon is mentally ill, and a lot of parts of liberalism it's mental illness because it doesn't make common sense. Why are you supporting and mentioning Somali people that despise the gay culture? They don't care if you're black. And let's be straight up too. Somalis. See, this was interesting about Black Americans. Black Americans have to wake up to the fact that Somalis look down on Black Americans. A lot of these people from Africa have this stereotype about Black Americans that they're not seizing all the advantages in the country that they've been in for hundreds of years. That is common gossip and knowledge amongst people from Africa about Black Americans. But yet these people still want to support the Somalis. The Somalis are for the Somalis. I am for Americans, regardless if you're Black, white, Latino. If you're really an American citizen, that's who I'm down with. And as far as Teddy's concerned, listen, Teddy is entertaining, but he's also a total lunatic and a nut. A psychopath and a sociopath, they always carry a mental list with them. Some of them, FBI agents that have analyzed them, they literally carry lists with them. Teddy has a mental list with him at all times of people he hates. He's probably had that list with him all his life before he even called this show. And those are the clear signs of a sociopath and a psychopath, because he's always got that list he got to pull out about Gracie, and Gracie hasn't called in months from my understanding. And he's always got this list. He is so hateful and sanctimonious and condescending, and he's got all these little brainwashed young minds in there that probably are that have no fathers in the home, so they look to Teddy for guidance, and instead of guiding them in terms of real understanding about the world, he wants to force his opinion on them and have them think like him. Teddy's the kind of person, wherever he goes, he wants to let somebody know he's a math teacher. The supermarket, the laundromat, if he gets food delivered to his house by the Chinese guy, if he orders Chinese food, the Chinese delivery guy has to know he's a math teacher. It's all about clobbering you, knocking you over the head, acting and thinking he's superior above everybody else.
Hey, Sherman, thank you for the wonderful call, boy. We're going to get it, you and I, Sherman, and Matt from Teddy. Thank you for the great call. Let's go to Scott, line 5 in Connecticut. Good morning, Scott. What's on your mind?
Dominic, I need your opinion. What are we going to do when we have lost dialogue and common sense? Number one, people like Don Lemon, when they run out of talent and brains,
he never had talent.
Well, what talent they have, they or what brains they had, they run out of that, and they always bark out something provocative to create attention to themselves.
Exactly.
That's the first problem. Secondly, how are we going to solve these issues in Minnesota or around the country, for that matter, when we can't even sit down? I have yet to hear anything or see anything whatsoever in any of the press, print, internet, media about anyone sitting down and sitting across each other at a table and discussing a solution. All I have seen is rhetoric, hate, the spewing of lies, vulgarity. It's unbelievable. And we have lost our ability to sit across from each other and reason and communicate with each other. It's gone, Dominic. It's out
Scott,
the window.
You are exactly correct. As far as sitting across the table, that's not going to happen. You can throw that one in the river. That's not going to happen. To me, it's an easy fix. It's what President Trump is doing. You ignore these fools on the left, and you do what you have to do. There's an incident involving an ICE officer being scraped by the car, and he had to use, unfortunately, deadly force to protect himself. And then the second incident, what do? You send in double the amount of ICE officers. You ignore the noise, which is what President Trump is doing, and you deliver for the American people. You and I both know, should ICE leave, to your point, Scott, no one wants to talk about the amount of child sexual abusers that ICE has picked up, the amount of murderers, and the list goes on and on and on, and criminals, and nobody wants to deal with that. So as far as being able to sit across the table, left and right, and talk, that ain't going to happen. But in my opinion, it's an easy fix. You just ignore the noise and do exactly what President Trump is doing. Before I let you go, do you think there's a solution?
No, I don't. I honestly don't, again, because again, President Trump, I do agree with what he's doing. You need to crack down, but then you're always going to have people, again, that do not want to accept accountability for their behaviors. The incident where the woman was unfortunately shot and killed, there were decisions made even before the trigger was pulled on that officer's weapon. There were decisions made that brought that situation to where it came from. And we never want to discuss the decisions prior. We only want to discuss the incident, and then we want to point fingers or put our spin on what we think is the reason. Again, people not being accountable for their actions. We all want to do well. We all want to do right by certain things and certain beliefs that we have. But people, again, who are uneducated and our followers do not have the ability to sit down and rationalize what is going to happen if I decide to do X.
You're correct.
Real quick, I saw a woman. There was a lady here in Connecticut this weekend. They had some rallies. She was upset and couldn't understand why her 8-year-old daughter, she brought her 8-year-old daughter to a, quote, rally, and her 78-year-old mother. There was no rally about it. It was an out-of-control protest with uneducated lefty liberals who, again, I can't even believe that a woman would bring her child and her mother. And she was upset because the police, she felt that the police used, I'm trying to think of how she put it.
In a nice way, excessive force.
Yeah,
I hear you, Scott. I got to move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the great points. And, Scott is correct with everything that he just said. Everything he just said is correct. Let's go to Yetta, line 4, Manhattan. Haven't heard from you in a while, young lady.
Yeah, I'm around. You know I'm around, Dominic. Hey, I have to tell you, I was listening, and I have to tell you, Teddy, I hope you're listening, Teddy. Guess what? I support Trump, so you can add me to the list. How about that? Guess what? I was a teacher, too, Teddy. I was a math teacher, too, Teddy.
Uh-oh.
Guess what? Can you take a mixed numeral, Teddy, and turn it to an improper fraction? Can you tell me the lowest common denominator for 1/3 and 1/5? I taught decimals, percent, area, and perimeter. I taught many subjects, Teddy.
Yetta, wait, Yetta. What language are you talking right now?
I'm talking my language. The Teddy language. Language he should understand.
Yetta, right? Hey, Yetta, not only were you a teacher, right, but a good-looking teacher. I've seen all the pictures of you.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
So can
and
Teddy
I'm a
say that?
retired teacher, too. Teddy, I'm retired, too, Teddy. What year did you retire? I retired, Teddy, in 2002. Maybe I'll see you at one of the retired teacher meetings and we can talk face-to-face. Teddy, area and perimeter. What's the perimeter of a rectangle? 6 feet by 4 feet. Teddy, he's getting on my last nerve. I support Trump. Add me to the list, Teddy.
Thank you for the great call and the animation.
Love you,
Thank you so much. Hey, Matt Blaze, so did you catch all of that? For guys like you and I, did you catch all of that? What Yetta just said?
I don't know, Dominic. About area.
What she say? Area of the what?
I don't know.
It sounded like a new language, right?
I don't know what was going on with that.
She's going to drive Teddy batty, though. Oh, boy. Thank you for that, Matt Blaze. Thank you, Yetta. Folks, we see all your calls. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back, returning to your telephone calls. Line 1, Lance in New Jersey. Good morning, Lance. What's on your mind?
Hey, gracious, good morning, Dominic, and Happy New Year. I called in. I had to thank you first for starting your show off in regards to the outstanding championship football game, and especially that guy Fernando Mendoza when he ran that 4th and 5 with reckless abandon. That was awesome, Dominic. It really was.
Well, you know what, Lance? When I look at games, now I'm going to sound like a nerd, okay? When I look at games, because my eyes are always on the prize, so I'm always working on the next radio show. And I don't even really sit down and watch the NFL anymore. And normally, the time of tonight's national championship game, I'm in a corner somewhere in the station, sleep for at least an hour to an hour and a half to have enough energy to do the midnight show after having done the 3 p.m. show. But this game was so good. It was so good that I didn't get my nap tonight. And his run, to me, that gives me motivation in life, that run that he made. He was not going to be stopped, period.
Never denied. Absolutely.
And so, now he went on to win the Heisman. Now you know why. 3 guys hit him. It's 4th down and 4. And the coach pulls the field goal team back off the field and says, no, we're going for it. And I'm glad he did, because Miami, up until the very last play, and that interception was close to the last play, when that offensive lineman of Indiana got that call against them, I thought that Indiana might lose the game. You can't sleep on Miami. But that quarterback run, that's going to go down in life of the power of never accepting no. They hit that boy so hard, those linemen, and he still dove forward. I mean, they ripped half his arm open, as you saw after the game. He was not going to be stopped. And so I see a great run in football, but it's a metaphor for me, Lance, in terms of life. And not being stopped no matter what, because he should have been tackled. The safety should have come up and made the tackle. They should have tackled him.
Dominic, you are the common sense denominator. But I must tell you, in regards to Teddy and everybody else that called in with math, I have to say, in all fairness, I'm a retired math and science teacher, and I will tell you this. My favorite homework assignment was on a Friday, and I always told my students, go home, spend time with those that matter most, and count your blessings. And Teddy, it doesn't matter if it's an irrational or rational number. Figures never lie, but liars do figure.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, I don't know about you guys, but Matt plays, I got to be honest, right? So I played football in high school. Half of what these math teachers are calling up, talking about, let's just say, what's the best way I can say this in high school?
You didn't like math?
No, I was popular with the cheerleaders.
Oh.
And popular with the ladies, and
they
made sure that I did good in classes like math and so on, because I was too busy at football practice.
Oh, so they tutored you.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. They tutored me. Yes. Were you good in math?
I was pretty good in math.
So what's the square root of 100? Minus 50, add 90.
Dominic!
I don't know what I'm talking about.
What are you doing, Dominic?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
You never passed my class, Dominic.
So you know what? We have seconds left. I want you to pick the last call of the night. Every line is lit up, so we can't get to all of them. You pick the last call. So Marianne in Queens. Marianne, though, we got 20 seconds left, Marianne, so go ahead.
All right. So since I just have that short time, I have to make it worth a while. By the way, the situation that we have with this woman, okay, about the shooting.
Oh, okay.
They have to create another George Floyd situation, because the only thing they want is to distract people and get the Democrats winning in the midterm elections. We have to see.
I'm sorry, Marianne. Give me a call tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Marianne. I have to step in. I told you had 20 seconds start to finish. Folks, I'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern. Do me a favor. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.